Yo, what is going on, you magnificent Magmar? Coming at y'all with my first take on Mega Lucario in the post-rotation perfect order format. Before we jump into it, though, and I break it all down where I'm currently at with the build, got to give a huge shout out to the Card Coliseum, of course, for sponsoring the channel. If y'all ever need any Pokemon TCG sealed products or singles, Coliseum has got you covered over at pkmandcoliseum.com. Link, of course, will be in the description, and code AzulGG will get you a discount overall over at the Coliseum as well. So this take on Mega Lucario, of course, is the Hariyama style of build. There's a couple different ways to play Lucario in the current format. I've seen some Dunsparce builds, I've seen some Monkey Dory builds, and I might experiment with those in the future. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So this is like a little bit more of the standard Mega Lucario, hit hard. We're not trying to play too much gimmicky stuff in the deck in terms of like a really heavy Wally count or anything like that, but you do see I do have a Wally and Acerola in here right now. I'll talk about those in just a second. We got a 4-3 Lucario, 2-2 Hariyama, and then a 3-2 Solrock Lunatone line. No recovery, and honestly, this has felt pretty fine so far. I haven't really like felt the need for any kind of Night Stretcher inclusion, but it wouldn't be hard to fit them if we did feel like it became a necessity later on. Could definitely make room for those. I do like the 3 Solrock, though, because we're going to be attacking with it a lot, so it could get KO'd. If it's going to be just kind of our active Pokemon, and our opponent wants to attack for turn, and they happen to knock out the Solrock. So we want, like, more access to backup Solrocks. That's why we play, like, a higher Solrock than Lunatone count. Also, opening Solrock is good, and just increasing our odds of finding Solrock and Lunatone on that first turn of the game is also very, very good. I have a 2 Hariyama in the deck. I've generally been a big fan of 3 Makuhita in these Lucario decks, but I play the Genesect, and we want to set this up in most, if not every single matchup we possibly can. I still like a 2-2 Hariyama. What our bench usually looks like is Solrock, Lunatone, Genesect. We don't go get Genesect if we're up against a matchup where we don't care about their A-Spec, or if they get to play the A-Spec before we get to set it up, of course. And then 2 Riolu, at least in the early game, and then Makuhita. So 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then as the game progresses, we can sometimes find room to get a second Makuhita in play, or sometimes we just won't need it, and that's also fine. But the Genesect has been insanely powerful, taking away not just stuff like Unfair Stamp, but the Legacy Energy up against like the Monkey Dory matchup, Scoop Up Cyclone against, I don't know, whatever decks play the Scoop Up Cyclone. So the Genesect has been sick. Of course, with that comes needing Air Balloons, or the tool card for it. I do play 3 Air Balloon. I currently don't play any Switch, but I do play the Scoop Up Cyclone. Now, I think Retreat Lock could still be a problem. I don't think the 1 Scoop Up Cyclone is probably enough to overcome like a really heavy Retreat Lock format, and in that case, we'd probably have to get at least 1 Switch involved alongside the Scoop Up Cyclone. And the reason I'm playing the Scoop Up Cyclone is just to try it out and see how it feels. And honestly, after playing with it, I kind of like it. It's been pretty good. Now, we do play a pretty heavy Judge count with 3 of those, so I feel like Unfair Stamp is a little bit unnecessary, especially when we can Disrupt with Judge plus Gust with Hariyama. We have that combination to work with. And the real reason I think Scoop Cyclone makes a ton of sense in a deck like Lucario is, 1, we have a really big Pokemon, the Lucario EX, 340 HP, so being able to reset that after it takes a hit is very powerful. But also, just resetting Hariyama. We can evolve Makuhita to Hariyama, Gust up one of our opponent's bench Pokemon, and then just Scoop Up Cyclone the Hariyama immediately, and then re-bench the Makuhita to play for a Hariyama Heave-Ho catcher on that following turn. And like I said, Retreat Lock's a thing as well, so that is like our mobility card to get out of Retreat Lock, or at least get out of Retreat Lock once. However, if Retreat Lock becomes prevalent enough, then we would probably want to include a Switch as well. I don't know if I'd want to cut an Air Balloon for a Switch, though. That's the thing, is like, usually it's pretty easy to just be like, oh, I just won't play that many Air Balloons, I'll just play more Switches than Air Balloons. And you have that kind of flex to work with in the deck, because you're not playing Genesect. But if we're playing Genesect, we kind of want to lean really heavily into the Air Balloon count, because getting this online as soon as possible is very important to make sure our opponent can't use their A-Spec. So, yeah, something to keep in mind, I guess, with the idea of Retreat Lock. 4 Lilies, of course, 3 Judge. With this deck as well, I've been choosing second. Feels pretty good to go second with the deck. We can turn 1 attack with the Cosmic Beam, or even the Riolu with the Accelerating Stab, depending on what their active Pokemon is. 2 boss to go alongside the Hariyamas. I wouldn't hate a 3rd boss in here, but so far this has felt pretty comfortable. For the Pokemon search, 4-4-4 on Poké Pad, Ultra Ball, and the Fighting Gong. And I think if you want to cut one of these to make room, and I think you probably could cut one if you really needed to add something else to the deck, I think cutting a Poké Pad would probably be fine. Or maybe the Ultra Ball. I do find myself often Ultra Ball in a way Ultra Ball, so maybe I would start with the Ultra Ball there. The only thing is that like cuts down on our access to the Mega Lucario, which can make things a little bit iffy when we're looking for that on the second turn of the game. So it'd be an Ultra Ball or a Poké Pad. I think it definitely would not be a Fighting Gong. Fighting Gongs are too important to find our Fighting Energy for Lunar Cycle, just get the whole deck flowing and moving. For Premium Power Pro, of course, and because we don't play the Maximum Belt, I did feel like we need a little bit more for the Dragapult matchup. Now, in the Dragapult matchup, we definitely need to be able to aggressively KO, one-hit KO their first Dragapult. After that, we've usually taken some early knockouts. They usually have something like Pheasantipede or Meowth on the bench, so we don't have to KO 2 Dragapults in a game most of the time, but we can do that. We do have 4 Premium Power Pro, but I felt like we need a little bit more to make sure we can consistently take those KOs. So there's 1 Gravity Mountain in the list currently. We could go up to 2 if we feel like we really need it, but for the current metagame, I think 1 is probably enough there. And then I play the Acerola's Mischief and the Wally's Compassion. I just wanted some more power to the deck. The deck already feels like it's hard to be more consistent than the deck already is, I would say. We have some openings where we're like, we wish we played like a higher count of like, I don't know, or played a count of like Poké Gears to increase our odds of finding Lillie turn 1. But once the deck gets flowing, it starts to flow pretty well. And at that point, we just kind of feel like we want more power cards for situations that come up. And we got the Wally's Compassion, which heals all the damage from a Mega Pokemon. And then we remove all energy from that Pokemon. And this can be used in a lot of different ways. We can like fully reset a Mega Lucario and then just attach back to it and use Aura Jab. Or we could like attach to the active Mega Lucario, retreat into the Hariyama or the other Mega Lucario that we set up on the previous turn. And then Wally's Compassion heal the new or the Mega Lucario now on the bench. And then use Mega Brave or the Wild Press of the Hariyama. And one thing I will say about the Hariyama in comparison to other builds of Mega Lucario, like the Dunsparce build or the Monkey Dory build, they don't play Hariyama. And Hariyama's is not just good for its ability. As an attacker, Hariyama is like a really, really big deal to kind of offset our opponent's prize trade. Because if our opponent goes like KO a Mega Lucario and then KO Mega Lucario, they win by KOing 2 Pokemon. But if we like force them to KO Mega Lucario and then send up Hariyama, then they have to deal with Hariyama or Solrock. It's possible that we could make them have to take 4 knockouts to win a game of like Mega Lucario plus 3 non-Mega Pokemon or Mega Lucario plus 2 non-Megas, and then we leave a Mega in the active they can't gust around it to win the game, and then we kind of just win. And one card that we need to take advantage of that potentially with is the Acerola's Mischief, which can only be played when our opponent has 2 or fewer prize cards, and then we pick one of our Pokemon in play during our opponent's next turn, but we prevent all damage and effective attacks done to that Pokemon by our opponent's Pokemon EX. So, if our opponent knocks out a Mega Lucario, and then we attack with a Mega Lucario, we can't use Acerola's Mischief. But if they like KO a Solrock in the early game, and then KO Lucario, then we can use Acerola's Mischief to protect our Lucario in the late game. And this can be like super relevant up against decks like Team Rocket's Mewtwo or anything with like a Clefairy in it. Because our opponent will have 2 prize cards left. We'll be attacking with Lucario, but our Lucario is fully protected from EX Pokemon, which means our opponent can't win on their turn of the game, and then we just win on our next turn of the game by gusting something up or knocking out their active or whatever. So that's super like prevalent to protect in the late game, and it synergizes like really, really well with Hariyama specifically because we can go like Mega Lucario, then attack with Hariyama and only leave like Riolu's on our bench, and then evolve from Riolu to Mega Lucario, play the Acerola's Mischief, yada yada. Obviously, it's only 1 card in the deck, but we cycle through our deck pretty aggressively with the Lunar Cycle, of course, and it's like not a card that like we need all the time. And if it is a card that we found that we needed more often, then we could increase the count. We could like cut the Wally's Compassion and go to 2 Acerola's Mischief. Or if we feel like the Acerola's Mischief isn't good enough and we want more healing, we could cut the Acerola's Mischief for a second Wally's Compassion. Or theoretically, like, you know, just talking about the cards that I said I feel like we have flexibility for in here, we could play like 2 Acerola's Mischief and 2 Wally's Compassion if we feel like they're both very impactful in different matchups. But I just think having some of these kind of cards in the deck just makes a huge difference with Lucario right now. Because if we're just playing it without these and we're just like super straight up, super straightforward, I feel like it's like really easy to kind of beat Lucario once you get like, if you fall behind, you have like no comeback from falling behind as Lucario, or like less comeback. I guess like with the Scoop Up Cyclone, there could be something there sometimes, but it feels like there's not a lot of comeback. And so a lot of times though, we don't need that as Lucario. I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of times we get ahead, stay ahead, and we just win the game. And that's fine as well. If that's how we win games, that's not a bad thing. But I think a big part of that is playing Genesect. If you don't have the Genesect in there, that's where we can run into situations where we can't play as easily through like a 1 prize board state of just like Hariyama with a couple Riolus on the bench. Because then if we get unfair stamped and then our Hariyama gets KO'd, we need to find Lucario and maybe an Energy and a couple Premium Power Pros, or Lucario and a boss. But Genesect kind of protects us from that comeback play from our opponent. So maybe with the Genesect build, we don't need Wally's and Acerola's Mischief, and we should just lean more into consistency. It'd be something to try out for sure. But I've definitely liked both of these cards so far in my testing. The one thing I wouldn't cut for sure would be the Genesect. The Genesect has just actually been insanely good. If you can find it, of course, and get it online. But that's it. That's my first take on Lucario in the format. Check out the secondary YouTube channel if you want to see some more action from me with the deck. Link will be in the description. AzulGG2 over here on YouTube. And let's jump into it. Uh-oh. Chill. I need an air balloon here. I honestly just want to boss KO this Abra. I just want to ignore the Shaman. They're really bad. Be tough. At least bro open Shaman. I mean, it's only relevant. Like, I don't want to like not take a knockout. But yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. Oh, I guess Gravity Mountain's relevant in this matchup. What the heck? I really do not want to punch that Shaman. Come on. Gotta go for a backup Riolu now. Rock Energy hurts Zam. Yeah, but the card's also just so terrible. I don't know. The card's like Ultra Omega anti-synergy with the deck. We're in trouble now? Nah, we're chill. We're chilling. Oh, I guess I could have taken a KO there, yeah. Oh, such a weak knockout, though. I mean, losing a Gust there isn't terrible. I mean, it makes it harder to use Solrock later in the game as a one prize. Mon. Yeah, I could have. I didn't even think about KOing Dun. I just thought I couldn't take a knockout. I thought I was doing 60 damage, but they are weak to fighting, so I could have KO'd the Dunsparce there. That was maybe better than doing nothing. Ice cards are pretty important. It'd be hard to respond to the first Alakazam then, though. Going down a Premium Power Pro. Appreciate the 7 months there, Gene. Looks like my opponent's not attacking this turn, though. I really don't want to attack with... I want to KO this, but I don't want to attack with Lucario into it. I mean, I think I have to Lunar Cycle here. I just need to see more things, more stuff. I mean, I have Boss. I have Solrock, Boss, KO. I really want to play Lillie this turn. That's like the problem that I'm stuck with now. I want to set up better. Maybe the play is like... I don't know what the play is. Man, I don't know what the play is. I'm just going to KO the... Do I just not KO it? What if I just still just don't KO it? I just chill. What if I just continue to chill? What if we just continue to chill? I'm just not going to KO it. It feels so bad to KO. I mean, we're already at a point where, like, getting an early KO with Lucario and hoping they don't draw enough cards to KO it is... We're already past that point. So, like, just waiting to judge them, I guess, maybe is just better anyways. Wait, did I play a Premium Power Pro? No, I didn't. Okay, I opted not to, yeah. So now we kind of need, like, the judges to carry us here. But that's fine. The only thing I'd be scared, if they had like boss KO this Lucario, then the game is just probably over. But if they don't have that, very winnable, very winnable. Okay, I don't hate the situation. Do I want to KO through the helmet? I maybe just want to gust this, to be honest. I mean, I kind of have to go like, yeah, I'm just gonna go with this and hope they whiff. I'm gonna try and find this guy though. Maybe I should just play heavily for this and not even play a Premium Power Pro. I don't want to play 2 Premium Power Pros and then... I think I'm just going to play the Judge. I think I'm just going to, yeah, I'm going to save these premiums. Yeah. Ooh. I think I KO this. I'm actually not 100% sure what the best thing to KO is here. Obviously, it all feels terrible, but... like that, probably. Possibility of a Hariyama knockout here seems pretty good. Okay. Got some stuff for next turn. We're chilling. Why last stream till Monday? I'm out of town for like the next 5 days. Till Sunday. Starting tomorrow. Genesect this matchup? Yeah, definitely. We definitely want it. It just couldn't, it hasn't come together this game so far. I think we literally want a Genesect in literally every matchup. I can't even name a matchup where I wouldn't want to bench Genesect, I feel like. Who will entertain me? I still got some videos that I'll be going up on YouTube. Lucario not playing Cornerstone at all? No, not really. Cornerstone's just not very good. The fuck is this? Up our bench with bullshit? Think about Mega Beedrill's design? I don't know. That's something I really think about. I just play with the cards. I just play with the cards and then I decide if the vibes are good or the vibes are bad. I got Genesect after seeing all the quote-unquote good players not running and then went from winning most of my games to losing it. It's just a good card. I don't know, it's just like a really good card. I think trying to force it is bad. Well, Mega Brave KOs here, right? If I want to go attach retreat, I do kind of want to attach retreat to force him to have to get higher numbers on the next one, right? Ideally, I want to find Scoop Up Cyclone. And I would want to go. So I think I'm just playing both these, yeah. All the possibility of Mega Brave later on. Attach retreat or just like sacrifice this one. Maybe I just sacrifice the active actually. I think it's a sacrifice type situation. Or Scuba Cyclone. Oh! Wait, but is that even that good? I mean, it means they have to like reach harder this turn to KO. I'm not gonna turn it down. I can't let my deck's gonna offer me the Scoop Cyclone. I can't turn it down like that, you know? Like, that'd be disrespectful, I feel like. Can't disrespect the deck here. Very, very disrespectful. Don't even need to get this guy involved yet. Getting through the lucky helmet right now is also pretty good. Like a split like that. Yeah, we're a little bit behind because we want to be aggressive in this matchup. We want to be like aggressive with Solrock off the rip, but yeah, we're a little bit further behind than where we want to be. So we have to like play like Judge is our win condition basically. Is KOing with Hariyama wrong? Oh, I could have. Well, no, but it would have been weird though because then I'd only have one Lucario on my bench with an energy, right? Oh, that could have worked. Then I go down 2 Premium Power Pros without taking advantage of them, which also feels pretty bad. I'm not sure, to be honest. That could have been something, though, actually. I could have gone Scoop Cyclone. What was my energy count in play then? I would have had 1 on Riolu, 3 on Hariyama knockout. But then if they chase Riolu, I could just go Hariyama again KO. No, I think you might be right. I think the Hariyama knockout was probably better. But then I just wasted the 2 Premium Power Pros. But I could have just like not played the Premium Power Pros, actually, to be honest. And I could have just played that. If I get this Cyclone cool, then I go Hariyama knockout. And then I have 2 Premium Power Pros left in my deck. And then if I whiff that, then I just go attach active Mega Brave anyways, right? Yeah, that would have been fine. No, there's 3 Solrock in here, not 4. Yeah, I could have Hariyama'd here for sure. I definitely should have Hariyama'd. I think you're right. I think you're correct with that. Sam wins this one. Thanks, Waffle. Appreciate it. Useless commentary. Abra? Sure. I just care how many little guys they get on their bench here. Okay, never mind. They have them all. The Dunsparces are back. The Abras are back. The whole squad's back. Thankfully, though, the Togepi has kind of just like clogged their bench. Togepi was such a... Why'd they bench Togepi? It was such a useless bench. They just need to draw cards and play the game, and I win, or they win. I mean, that's a lot of what ifs because there's no way to know how now if playing 2 Premium Power Pros influence your draw. Well, yeah, sure, but I should have like played for it, and then if I literally said if I whiff, then I just make a brave. Like I literally accounted for the possibility of whiffing in my post, what's it called, thought process. They're down their Wondrous Patch, so we go with this. I think I'm just gonna go for Mega Brave and hope I find Wally. I'm gonna judge here and hope we get into. Okay, the Makuhita's good. I don't even know if I should play this actually. Then I should have maybe left this in the deck, but I want to increase my odds of energy. I'm gonna go evolve, bench Makuhita. I think I just planned for a Mega Brave. I think I actually want retreat. It's possible. Yeah, I think there's a possibility I'd want the Riolu. Let me judge. Hope. Cyclone. Wally, where are you? Mega Brave. Hope they whiff this turn. If I go Hariyama this turn, all they need is boss to win the game. It's like too little. They need too little. So I need to like force them to whiff a knockout this turn, Wally this turn, then Hariyama. And honestly, we're getting to the point where we're kind of running them out of resources. Like they're down the Sacred Ash. And it's not that bad. They're chilling still, actually, to be honest. All right, they literally drew into Lana's aid. My bad. So do you think Psyduck is less needed in the current format? Psyduck does not seem very good right now, no. I wouldn't, yeah, Psyduck does not seem very good right now. Dusknoir is just not very popular. Chill. Actually, is Wally the better play to do here? I feel like Wally is the better play here if I can get it. We just like Lunar Cycle first, see what we get. If we get Wally, great. If not, then we go Judge. Oh, Wally. Oh, baby. Yeah, so I go Retreat. Hariyama. Wallace. Worth gussing? No, I should just go through the active, right? Get rid of the energy. Every time I remove their energy from play, they can't use enriching energy, so they could. I think they could draw enough to KO this off the bench, but I hope they don't get there. They could also go Candy Togekiss heads, I guess, as well, but I don't know. Just gotta let them have it. Gotta let them have some things. Alakazam's attack doesn't apply weakness. A lot of Pult Dust coming back in Japan right now, so maybe next format. Yeah, I mean, Dusknoir becomes way better once you have special red card, so I could definitely see that. Right now, Dusknoir's not very popular. That is honestly just like a disgusting like synergy. Special red card plus Dusknoir, just like absolutely disgusting synergy. It's just so dumb. And on top of that, they get to Badoo you, so you can't even find your Psyduck to prevent them from being able to do it to you. And if you don't take knockouts and KO their Badoos, they win the game because they're playing Dragapult Dusknoir. Which is literally just infinitely terrible for you. Oh no. Alright, flip a coin. Oh no, they're going with this one here. Oh, same difference, I guess, though. They are actually running low on resources. Oh no, I thought they were nitrogen for an energy there. They didn't nitrogen for an energy. They are running low on resources, though. They are running low on resources. I mean, if they get heads here, they just win. Don't do it to me. Leave me alone. I actually kind of, this felt like overall, like obviously they could just win here, but overall this game felt like pretty, like not terribly uncomfortable for like making a comeback, for like not having a super aggressive start. God damn it. It was still a good game though. I feel like I thought we just kind of get destroyed, but I feel like we had like a lot more flexibility in this game than I thought we would as the game progressed. Fool. I guess I like set up for a Lucario attack, right? Because I don't really. Oh my god! Oh my! This is insane, man. I think the impact of these one-up supporters is that great with no Meowth. Well, the value of them goes way down if we have to Meowth for them. Like if we Meowth for Wally, And then our opponent's in a situation where they still have to 2-shot us, and they just go, oh, cool, boss your mouth KO, and then they're like probably fine for the prize trade, but now they can't like walk into like a Scoop Up Cyclone. And if you have to Acerola for Meowth, your opponent goes, okay, cool, boss KO your Meowth, game over. So Meowth like destroys the effectiveness. That's the reason they're so. That's the reason the cards are so effective, is because there's no other liability big enough for our opponent to take advantage of on our bench. That's why they're so good. That is. Oh, dude, if we top decked Genesect there, I kind of want to shuffle this back to the deck instead of putting it on the active, so I have a chance of just getting on the Genesect. Like hard retreating here is just fine, right? I didn't get item locked either. It's worth the risk, I think. The risk being able to the risk of not being able to move my active. Another one. I don't even know what to get off this one, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I shouldn't have played this yet though. That was a misplay. I actually want to draw into energy here. I mean, yeah, I don't know how they win from here. Maybe if they have Maractus, right? They Maractus my Genesect. And then theoretically I deck out first. That'd be annoying. I don't play Switch, so... Oh, I play Scoop Up Cyclone, though. Let's go. We have Scoop Up Cyclone. We came prepared. We're up Meowth for Petrol for Scoop Up Cyclone. Meowth. Wait, so then we'd get our A-Spec for the play. We would end up with a liability in play, but then we could remove the liability from play. Honestly, you might be cooking something. That would work, right? That would work. Is Ethan's Typhlosion a real deck? I mean, it's real in the sense that you can technically play it in the standard format. Genesect to stop Stamp, Maractus to trap Genesect. Genesect to stop Scoop Cyclone. The theory of text never ends. Goes infinite. Ooh, that's what I wanted. I guess I don't even really... I was gonna like, should I judge here? But actually I just shouldn't. I should just knock out, right? I don't even want to like Hariyama one of the Dracloaks up here. I don't think. I think I just want to hold the hand. Maybe even hold the energy. Or a jab plus attached to the Mega Lucario, I feel like. Or am I missing something here? I don't think so, right? Yeah. I don't think I'm missing anything. Oh, can they still win with Clefairy? I guess they could still beat me with Clefairy here. Dude, fuck Clefairy. That's some bullshit. Oh no, they played the Yveltal. Ah, help. Petch combo. Sure. Alrighty then, folks. I gotta figure out how I want to play this. I mean, we should just be fine. It's not like we're in a bad spot. It's just like annoying. So I'm gonna eventually draw into Scoop Up Cyclone. I'm gonna Scoop Up Cyclone this. Plus Hariyama Gust. Plus bench Makuhita. Okay. Just need to draw into the Scoop Up Cyclone. Well, actually, I guess I don't know if it's in there. It is, okay. I'll wait for another lunar cycle. Chilling. What's their deck? It's just like a way people are playing Pult. They're playing Petch, Yveltal. So they don't lose to Retreat Lock because they play Petron. And then they get to play a Retreat Lock. Retreat Lock's like really powerful right now. Cyclone, then after you KO Yveltal, they boss clutch you again. No, they can't. My bench is going to all be able to attack. They won't be able to clutch anything. I still have 4 Premium Power Pros left. So even if they clutch, I'm going to put energy on this. So even if they clutch this guy, I'm going to Power Gem, knock out the Yveltal. I'm going to Scoop Up Cyclone my Genesect, bring up the Petron, knock it out with Aura Jab, draw 2, bench Makuhita. Put energy on Makuhita. Put Air Balloon on Makuhita. If I theoretically potentially eventually draw my Scoop Up Cyclone. Would you consider Baby Petch in Pulp Blaziken or stick with Maractus? Baby Petch in Pulp Blaziken or stick with Maractus? If I had to play, I think I would go with the Maractus because it's just for Genesect. Like you just want to win the game basically. Yeah, I feel like you just want to win the game. That's what it gives you the ability to do, right? So they also might play a Judge, and that's why I do want to like aggressively thin out the deck with the Ultra Balls. I do want to draw this sooner than later. I don't want to wait here forever. Okay. So now I can go Scoop Cyclone. Push this one. This guy. Bench this guy. Attach to this guy. Air Balloon to this guy. Air Balloon to this guy. Or a jab. 1-1-1. Oh, actually, I don't need the extra energy on that Makuhita because, yeah, I didn't need the extra energy on that Makuhita. Oh, I should have put an Air Balloon on the active. Fuck. This Air Balloon should have been put here. Because now they can punch me, but not KO. I think still need 6 prize cards. We should be fine. But they can. That's the important part. So I need an Air Balloon active. 2-1-2-2-1. I did mess up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I only have 2 energy left as well. Why didn't you need the energy on the Makuhita? Well, actually, should have been Air Balloon off the Lunatone here because if they clutch the Makuhita, I can go evolve retreat with Air Balloon. Yeah, I just go evolve retreat. So I need to like change that. Do that differently. Any plans on playing Mega Manectric? No. I don't make plans for playing decks. I'll play with every deck eventually, theoretically. Well, they don't have the stamp yet, or it's prized. Do you not just boss win here? Well, like theoretically, we get unfair stamped. Yeah, obviously, if my opponent doesn't, unfair stamp me, yeah, I do win in 6 billion different ways. So we have to like we're prepping as if my opponent is going to, and there it is, unfair stamp me. Yeah, the Air Balloon should have been put on the active. I don't know if my last prize card is my last energy though, which could make things a little bit awkward, but I'd probably just go attach active, play Lilies, and then be pretty high odds of winning here because I have all my modifiers and Hariyama in the deck. I should have no Ultra Balls or no Poké Pads in the deck, so it's just like the raw Hariyama. But my opponent doesn't win next turn either, right? So can they win next turn? They have a max of 350 damage. They're definitely gonna treat the active Dragon Ball to the bench Dragon Ball. So if I whiff, I probably don't even attack into them because otherwise I just give them Monkey Dory damage. They could be playing double Monkey Dory. So yeah, I'm just gonna go attack to play Lillie, and if I whiff the knockout, I just pass. Yeah, they get it only if you... But even if I smack, I don't think they win, right? If I smack, I don't think they win next turn, but I definitely shouldn't smack. Yeah, pretty easy bop there. First or second? Second. Wow, impressive dub. Let's get it. No! It's gonna be tough. No Proton. They don't play a lot of mobility though. Is this thing just stuck actually? How can they move? They would have to have like, no, this is just stuck, right? Interesting. I should play as if this is stuck. Giovanni. Oh yeah, they can Giovanni, sure. But like, where I'm going with that is like, if I attach to my active, the Rielu's safe. Or I can attach to my active Riolu here. I didn't fully explain my thought process. Oh, was that better to grab a Fighting Energy or grab the Makuhita? I guess I can do both, right? If they do have, I mean, it'd be so bad if that's if their turn is KO my Makuhita off the bench, like, well, then they're putting the Mewtwo in the active, so I don't care, right? So I can just pass from here. Yeah. What? That seems terrible. What are we trying to achieve with that? I could go accelerate and stab KO this. Which is actually, honestly, that's what I'm currently leaning towards doing here. My hand just kind of sucks. And then I could try and just find an attachment to Riolu. Oh, I shouldn't have Ultra Ball here, though, because I don't want to grab a Lucario. Alright, how many energy are in the discard pile? 1. I guess I could go Lucario. KO this. Accelerate to bench Riolu. Judge. Sure. I'm okay with that. Would I discard off that first Ultra Ball? This and another Ultra Ball? Alright, that was... Maybe should have got rid of the Riolu, actually. I probably should have kept the other Ultra Ball and got rid of the Riolu. KO Mewtwo? I mean, my odds of KO and Mewtwo are not very high. I don't think I have to hope to get fortunate to pull it off either. I think just KOing this thing plus Judge is like a good enough turn. Ooh, double energy is really good, actually. And the Makuhita. Ooh, that's really good for the follow-up as well. I don't want to evolve into that yet. Ooh, actually, I can play it like this. I don't actually have to, like... I can, like, set up my Hariyama here, and then I have, like, the flexibility of doing something different this turn, I guess. Especially if I get, like, Archered, and depending on how I draw. I could, like, draw, like... How many would I need, actually? 3, 4, 5? Many. On a Hariyama on Mewtwo? The chance that I KO it is just so low. I want to get a prize card for turn, and then one-hit KO the Mewtwo. Also, wait, they can't even Mewtwo KO me unless they draw into literally maximum belt. My guy just lives. Oh my gosh, but my hand sucks. My hand is so bad. I guess I'm just aura jabbing anyways. Aura jabbing to Hariyama knockout, I guess. Lucario's weak to Psychic, yes. Need a draw. Ooh. I could... It's not that good to heal because they have the Mewtwo stuck. They would allow them to get out of the Mewtwo. You can still get the belt now? Yeah, they could. I could punch them with Hariyama here, which I'm like leaning towards. Smack. Wally Ultra to Hariyama, Energy to Solrock to hit a Sweater. No, I think I'd rather just... No, that's too much. That's too much. I'd rather just punch the active here for sure. That's a doing too much type situation. We need Giovanni's. That's fine though. Then I just re-promote Hariyama and knock him out with Hariyama. And then bench Riolu. See, this is actually... It's setting up for me to use Acerola's Mischief in this game. We'll see if it actually happens though. They took the 1 prize. Now I go 3 prize. But if they, I mean, if they don't want to kill my Mega Lucario, we're feeling really good to begin with. If they don't get a Mega Lucario 1-hit this turn, Ultra Ball away my Hariyama feels so bad. I could give up the Premium Power Pro, but that also feels really bad. No, I think it's got to be this. Unlucky. Little jab. I could actually set up. I should set up this though. I should go like. I should do the split again, so I could go into Hariyama next turn if I want to. This is why we play cat. No, this is why you play cat. Don't say we. There's no we here. I'm not gonna be able to use Ace. I'm not gonna be able to use the Mischief. Oh, hang on. We'll see what they knock out here. Or maybe I will. If they don't have the E-switch combo here. Yeah, if they don't hit the E-switch combo here, then we're actually definitely just fine. They have to draw into the Rocket's energy though? What? Why? Oh no, because they can rockets it next turn. Yeah, I was like, what does that even do? I mean, it's probably just Aura Jab. So I can just like bench Genesect. Save that, play Lillie, draw more cards, more options, more plays. What the fuck is this? Could attach active here. I don't think it actually does anything. I can just wait on that. Just Aura Jab. What aspect do they tend to run? Maximum build or secret box. I definitely want to like take away the possibility of secret box. And at this point, my bench, like I don't have anything else to do with my bench space anyway, so I may as well just bench a Genesect. Okidogi or Honchkrow for a very important cup for me. I'd probably lean towards if it's very important. I assume like trying to win. No, the Acerola Mischief works here though, right? I can Mischief my Lucario, knockout, cycle with Lunar Cycle. Yo, shout out Mischief. Probably say Honchkrow just because I'm not very confident in Premium Power Pro. Yeah, probably Honcho, because I'm just like not that, unless you're confident in the matchup for if you're confident in the Pulp matchup with Okidogi, I'd play Okidogi. If you're not confident, then I would play you can't leave Hariyama alive here. You have to go for the Hariyama. That's such a big mistake. You always KO Hariyama here. Or Makuhita, excuse me. Yeah, if you're confident in the Pulp matchup with Okidogi, I play Okidogi. If you're not, because I'm not, I would play Honchkrow. Because I feel like the Honchkrow's got the better matchup. Again, just Dragapult specifically. Oh, sure. Why not? Why not? Why not? I guess I didn't even, yeah, I didn't even have to work for my knockout there. What? My Scoop Up Cyclone, my last prize card?